Ms. Thomas, your full name is Tess Elizabeth Thomas. How you doing, Ms. Thomas? I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Ms. Thomas, you're representing your case by your attorney Brett Thomas. Attorney Thomas, how you doing?
I'm well, Your Honor. Thank you.
That's good. The state is representing this case by Attorney Haley Simmons. Attorney Simmons, how are you doing?
I'm great, Judge. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Now, Mr. Thomas, what is your announcement in Ms. Tess Thomas' case?
Your Honor, we visited with the DA. We're working on a deal. We'd like to get it reset to the plea docket. We think we're gonna be able to work something out by the
Okay.
time we get to it, please.
Okay, give us a plea date. Okay, this case will be reset to March 24th, 2025. Ms. Thomas, you're gonna get your reset from our coordinator. Once you get your reset, you're free to go, and Attorney Thomas, you'll get your reset from the coordinator as well.
Yes,
You have a blessed day. And
Thank you, Your Honor.
as well. You're welcome. Mr. Phillips,
Your Honor, he's in custody, has pending felony.
okay, so,
We asked it to be reset with his felony.
okay,
And Mr. Huber's made an offer, but it's one of those deals we need to resolve the felony before we do this.
okay. Is this felony set today?
I think so.
You'll see it's the motion to revoke probation.
Yes, that's correct.
This is probably one of the allocations, so. Okay. What we'll do is check the computer to see if they put a reset date in it. If they have a reset date, then we'll reset it on the same date. If not, then we'll wait for them to put it in the computer and then we'll set it on the same date. Now, if it's disposed of today, then we may have to reset it for Thursday.
That'll be fine. I'm gonna be around. I just need to try to scoot to their funeral.
Oh, okay, this is on the case?
I have Shy Brooks. Yeah.
Shy Faith Brooks?
I don't think he's present, Your Honor.
No.
And Your Honor, he has a warrant out. Mr. Nevis, John Nevis is here. He's on the pretrial docket, Your Honor, and
John Fernandez Nevis. Please come forward. Do we have bond conditions in this case? Do we have bond conditions in this case for Mr. Nevis? Citizen assault judge.
Your Honor, what's transpired now is the state and I are talking and negotiating about getting this reduced to a Class C misdemeanor. Before Mr. Hubel does that, he'd like an opportunity to visit with the other person involved in this matter.
Okay. And Mr. Hubel, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Judge. Thank you.
We try, let me look, I'm looking to see if there's some. Bond conditions. This computer is slow this morning. Man,
That's it.
my screen is white. I mean, I get a click, here we go.
It's that Odyssey system we paid for that never worked. The other day I was trying to open up Discovery and stuff on, you couldn't even get it open.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Here we go.
It's all good.
Okay, I see it. Conditions bond. Okay, so Mr. Nevis, give us a reset for Mr. Nevis. Yes. Okay, this case will be reset to March 28th of 2025. Mr. Nevis, you're gonna get your reset from our coordinator. Once you get your reset, you're free to go on your blessed day.
Yes, sir.
And now we're gonna call Shay Faith Brooks. This is cause number 24CCCR 2348. Case is filed in the state of Texas versus Shay Faith Brooks. Shay Faith Brooks was scheduled to be in court this morning at 9 a.m. At about 9 a.m., Shay Faith Brooks' name was called by the court's bailiff. Shay Faith Brooks did not answer. Shay Faith Brooks has not appeared in court since the court has been in session. The time now is 9:20 AM on today's date of February 24th, 2025. Ms. Bailiff, would you please call the name of of Shay Brooks at the courthouse door? Okay, Shay Brooks' name was just called in at the courthouse door. Shay Brooks did not answer. A reasonable time has passed to give Shay Brooks an opportunity to appear in court. She has not appeared in court. State, do you have a motion?
State moves for bond forfeiture.
That motion will be granted. Shay Brooks bond will be forfeited in clause number 24 CCCR 2348. And warrant shall be issued for arrest. Mr. Thacker, this is your last case.
I think that's it, Your Honor.
Okay, you're free to go on your blessed day.
That date is gonna be March 24th.
What date is going?
That's something like that, he would like to come to talking.
You talking about Nevis?
Yes.
Okay. What documents is on? Trina Fontanet. Okay. Court is in session at cause number 24 CCCR 2254. Case of style of state of Texas versus Trina or Fontanet. Ms. Fontanet, is that your full name?
That's great.
How are you doing? I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Would you please raise your right hand? You swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Okay, you may put your hand now. Ms. Fontanet, you're representing the case by your Attorney Marshall Norman. Attorney Norman, how are you doing?
Judge,
And Ms. Norman, do you waive a record in Ms. Fontanet's case?
we do.
Ms. Fontanet, I have before me a document on my computer that is titled Information. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information, it alleges that you, Trina R. Fontanet, on or about January 10th of 2024, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, operating a motor vehicle in a public place, that you committed to Class A misdemeanor offense to drive while intoxicated with a blood alcohol concentration level of 0.15 or more. Ms. Fontanet, do you understand what you have been charged with?
Yes,
And to this charge, Mr. Fontanet, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, no contest?
no contest.
Are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yes.
Ms. Fontanet, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment. It's also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of this same document, there's a set of initials on the line next to a box that says check no contendere, which means no contest. If you place your initials on this document.
That's correct.
On page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
On the next document, there's titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Is this your signature on the line that's titled
Yes, sir, it
Defendant?
is.
At the top of this document, there's one box that's checked, the box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case, so you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes.
I also have a document on paper that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Is this your signature on the line that's titled
Yes,
Defendant?
sir.
Ms. Fontanet, before you signed and initialed these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes,
Did you understand everything that she went over?
yes, I do.
Is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir, it is.
Ms. Fontanet, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
State author states one.
Any
No
object-
objections.
No objection, State's Exhibit Number 1 is admitted. Ms. Norman, you've advised that counsel, Ms. Fontanet, is there any evidence that she's currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Fontanet, your attorney, Ms. Norman, has advised that counsel, you're satisfied with her representation?
Yes, sir.
Has she provided fully effective and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
And Ms. Fontanet, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers was freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
In exchange for defendant's plea, the state's offering 90 days probate over 1 year, $750 fine, 80 hours community service, interlock and DWI standard conditions of probation.
What is a court cost?
I did it.
You did do it?
You should do it.
Absolutely.
Okay. Ms. Finette, the state is offering that you serve 90 days in Jefferson County Jail, but you would not have to serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail because you'll be placed on probation for 1 year. During the 1 year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $750 for sport costs, $377. You'll be required to pay a DWI conviction fine, $100, probation fee of $60 a month, your announcement fee of $15 a month, reimbursement fee of $15. You will also be required to reimburse Jefferson, well, you'll also be required to pay Jefferson County DWI an initial evaluation fee of $125 on the day of the plea. Should a further evaluation be needed, you'll be required to pay an additional $50. Now, your monthly installments, that is the total amount that you will be required to pay each month is $195 a month. Will you be able to pay the $195 each month? You will also be required to perform 80 hours of community service, install an interlock device on any vehicle that you own or operate, attend and complete a DWI education class, an alcohol assessment, and adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of this DWI probation. Now, Mrs. Fontanet, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, I do, sir.
Do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, I do.
Ms. Fontanet, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement that you had entered into with the state. Ms. Fontanet, you stand in front of the court coordinator, follow the directions of the bailiff. Once you finish following the directions of the bailiff, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day.
For you too, sir.
And Ms. Norman, you're free to go as well, and you have a blessed day.
You want me to approach?
You, oh, you did what? You did? Okay. Borg? Yeah. Yeah. Justin Berg. What doctor is that? Free trial?
Thank you for this.
This is cause number 24 CCCR 0600. Case is style of the state of Texas versus Justin D. Berg or Justin Drake Berg. Berg, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Berg, would you please raise your right hand? Ms. Berg, do you swear or affirm and tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
I do.
Mr. Berg, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Berg?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Ms. Berg, you're representing the case by your attorney, Attorney Kyle Walker. Attorney Walker, how are you doing?
I'm good, Judge.
That's good. Now, Mr. Walker, do you waive a record in Mr. Berg's case?
Yes, sir, we do.
Mr. Berg, I have before me on my computer a document that is titled misdemeanor, well, that's titled information. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information, it alleges that you, Justin D. Bird, on or about December 28th of 2023, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated with a blood alcohol concentration of 0.15 or more. State, are you abandoning the enhancement paragraph?
We are, Your Honor.
Mr. Bird, the state is abandoning the enhancement paragraph in this case, and what that basically means is, instead of being charged with a Class A DWI, you'll be charged with a lesser included offense DWI. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Which is a Class B. Now, to the Class B misdemeanor offense to drive while intoxicated that allegedly occurred on or about December 28th of 2023, while you were operating a motor vehicle in a public place in Jefferson County, Texas. How did you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
I am.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, scratch out that box and check that one, the one below it. Okay, thank you. I have another document before me. This document is titled misdemeanor plea admonishment. It's also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Now, there's one box that's checked on the first page of this document. The box that's checked states that this is a Class B driving while intoxicated first, which range of punishments minimum 72 hours in Jefferson County Jail to a maximum 180 days, a fine that does not exceed $4,000, or you could be given both such fine. Do you understand the range of punishment?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of the same document, there's set of initials JB on the line next to the box that's checked no contender, which means no contest. Did you place your initials on this document?
I did.
On page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that's titled defendant. Did you sign this document?
Yes, sir.
On the next document is titled trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal. You recognize this document?
I do.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
That is.
At the top of this document, there's one box that's checked. The box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
I also have a document on paper that is titled discovery certification. Do you recognize this document?
I do.
Is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir. It is.
Now, Mr. Bird, before you signed and initialed these documents that I just showed you, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
He did.
Did you understand everything that he went over?
Yes, sir.
Is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
It is.
And Mr. Bird, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
State officer, one.
Any objections?
No objections.
No objection. States Exhibit Number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Walker, you've advised and counseled Mr. Bird. Is there any evidence that he's currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, sir.
And Mr. Bird, your attorney, Mr. Walker, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
I am.
Has he provided fully effective and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Berg, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers are freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
In exchange for defendant's plea, the state's offering 1 year deferred probation, $500 fine, 80 hours community service, interlock, and standard conditions of probation.
That's our understanding, too.
Okay. What is the courthouse? Okay, Mr. Berg, the state is offering that you serve 1 year deferred adjudicated probation during the 1 year deferred probationary period. You'll be required to pay a fine of $500 for court costs, $392. You'll also be required to pay a DWI conviction fine of $100. Probation fee of $60 a month, your analysis fee of $15 a month, reimbursement fee of $15. You'll also be required to pay Jefferson County DWI education and initial evaluation fee of $125 on the day of the police should further evaluation be needed. You'll be required to pay an additional $50. The total monthly installments, that is, total amount that you will be required to pay each month is $173 a month. Will you be able to pay the $173 each month?
Yes, sir.
You'll also be required to perform 80 hours of community service, install an interlock device or any vehicle that you own or operate, attend and complete the DWI education class, have an alcohol assessment, and adhere to the other standard terms of this probation. Mr. Berg, do you understand the state's offer?
I do.
Do you think it's fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
I do.
Mr. Berg, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Berg, if you successfully complete this probationary period, this case will be dismissed. It will not result in a conviction on your record, and you may qualify for non-disclosure. You can talk to your attorney about the non-disclosure because he's quite confident in those matters. Now, Mr. Berg, you're gonna stand next to the bailiff, follow her directions. Once you finish following her directions, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Walker, you're free to go as well. You have a blessed day.
Thank you.
And you're free to go as well, Chess.
Good to see you.
All right, nice seeing you.
May I approach you on?
Yes. You have Caleb
I
Green.
have two cases, Your Honor. I have
Caleb Green,
Devin Bray and Caleb Green. Both of them are present in the courtroom, Your Honor.
okay.
They're both Mr. Hubel's cases.
Okay. Court is in session in two cases, cause numbers 24 CCCR 1274 and cause number 24 CCCR 0832. Both cases are styled the state of Texas versus Caleb Deshaun Green. Mr. Green, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Mr. Green?
Doing all right, yes, sir.
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Green, you representing your case by your attorney, James Paget. Attorney Paget, how are you doing?
Doing well. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. And Mr. Paget, what is your announcement in Mr. Green's cases?
Your Honor, we have received all discovery. Now I have an offer on both cases from Mr. Hubel. If you would give us 30 days, I need to sit down with Mr. Green and relay this offer to him. I'm certain that the case can be worked out. Both of them can be worked out. We just
Okay,
have not had the opportunity because of his work schedule. to
Give
Sit
us-
down with him and take a look together.
okay, give us a reset date. Okay. And he's on the pretrial conferences, March 28th, you said? 24th. Okay, these cases be reset to March 24th, 22-25. Mr. Green, you're gonna get your reset from our court coordinator. Once you get your reset from the court coordinator, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Paget, you also get your reset from the court coordinator. Mr. Green, could you please stand in front of the court coordinator? Devin Bray. Devin Bray. Okay. Court in session in clause number 24 CCCR 2130. Case is style of state of Texas versus Devin DeMarcus Bray. Mr. Bray, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Silent cell phones, please.
okay, everybody, you need to turn your cell phones off or silence. Okay, this is cause number 24 CCCR 2130. Case is style of state of Texas versus Devin DeMarcus Bray. Now, Mr. Bray, again, how are you doing?
No problem.
That's good. Mr. Bray, now, Mr. Bray, You're gonna have to take the gum out your mouth. There's a trash can right to your right. All right. Now, Mr. Bray, you're represented in your case by your attorney James Paget. Attorney Paget, what's your announcement, in Mr. Bray's case?
Your Honor, I have received all the discovery and offer from Mr. Hubel. I'm not sure this case is going to work out, so if you could put us on your pretrial conference docket,
Okay.
I want to sit down with my client, review his legal options,
Okay,
and then we'll make an announcement
Okay.
after we review everything.
okay. Give us a reset date. Okay,
That's
we-
perfect.
March 24,
Monday.
2025. Mr. Bray, you're gonna get your reset from our coordinator. Once you get your reset, you're free to go. You have a blessed day. And Mr. Paget, I think this is your last case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you're free to go as well. You
Thank
have a
you.
blessed day.
I have a Christopher Pickens announcement.
You have a Pickens?
He's next door in the 252nd felony case.
Same offense.
Same offense date. Judge, I have a funeral. I have to
Okay, I
at 10
understand.
o'clock.
Now,
I instructed him to come back over here.
so he's out on bond, okay,
He's on bond. He's already checked in with the bailiff,
okay,
but if you would allow him to get a reset when he comes back.
okay. All right, same court, the same felony date. All right, you're free to go.
Okay, thank you.
Your reset will be sent to you.
Yes, sir.
Kayla Leanne Jackson.
He's outside, yes, the baby. Oh, that's what we're saying. No, I don't know how you want.
Well, the baby can't come in, I mean,
Right.
There's no one out there to give the baby to, Judge.
this is cause number 24 CCCR 1160, case of style of state of Texas versus Terry Lynn Williams. Mr. Williams, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Mr. Williams?
Fine.
I'm doing fine, thanks. I asked Ms. Williams, you represent the case by your attorney Ken Jones. Attorney Jones, how you doing?
I'm doing great today.
That's good. And Mr. Huber, we already introduced you.
Yes, sir.
So spoke to you, okay. Now, Mr. Jones,
Yes.
what is your announcement in
Speaking
Mr. Williams' case?
of trial, you know,
Reset a trial docket? Okay, give us a reset date. Okay, this case will be reset March 31st, 2025 for trial. Mr. Williams, you're gonna get your reset from our court coordinator. Once you get your reset, you're free to go. You have a blessed day, Mr. Jones.
thank you.
You'll do the same, and you're free to go as well. And you have a blessed day. You're welcome. This is on the pretrial conference docket, page 2. Let me send this back to you. You're gonna have to send it back to me too. You working on the other one? No, I was asking you a question. Carlos Rodriguez?
Judge, we just signed him up, and I believe I sent it to the prosecutor.
Okay,
We should be.
so we'll wait for the paperwork to be ready. Okay. You can have a seat. James Ray Collins?
Your Honor, he's in the hallway, he's in a wheelchair.
Okay, we just need to open the door and let it, is that other door open on that side? Because it'll be hard coming in through there. Well, she can open it up if it's not open. Cause number 23CCCR 2222, case established state of Texas versus James Ray Collins. Mr. Collins,
Yes, sir.
is that your full name?
Yes,
How you doing, Mr. Collins?
Nice to be here.
That's a good thing. Now, Mr. Collins, you represented in your case by attorney Josh Cole. Attorney Cole, how are you doing?
Judge, great, how about you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Now, what's the motion to? I think it's Brandon. Is this an old note? Someone said, it said something about a motion for continuous with Brandon. It's on the first one. And this all on, I'm gonna check something right quick. Might be an old note, I'm not sure. Okay, that was another, okay. Okay. Now, Mr. Cole, you like to keep this case on the trial docket
Yes, Your Honor, I just received some information I'm gonna send you.
to the prosecutor?
That's right, I think we'll be able to find some common ground once he's.
Okay, let's give us a reset date. Okay, March 1st. Mr.
And
Collins, your case is gonna give reset to March 31st. Is that a good date for you?
yeah, Your Honor, I expect us to have this, I don't think it's gonna take us that long, but. I appreciate
Okay. Okay, so your case is gonna be reset to March 31st.
it.
And Mr. Collins, you're gonna get your reset from our coordinator. Once you get your reset, you're free to go. You have a blessed day.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, no, Justin Jamal Jones. Okay, we'll take our time, take your time. Okay, this is cause number 23CCR 1278, case of Tyler State of Texas versus Justin Jamal Jones. Mr. Jones, is that your full name? How are you doing, Mr. Jones? I'm doing fine, thanks for asking, Mr. Jones. You are also representing your case by your attorney, Giles Cole, Attorney Cole. You would like to keep this case on the trial docket as well?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, give us a reset date. Okay, this case is reset for trial March 31st. You're gonna get your reset. Once you get your reset from the coordinator, you're free to go. And you have a blessed day.
Excellent.
And Mr. Cole, do you have any other cases?
No, Your Honor, I think that's it.
This is it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, once you get your reset, you're free to go as well. You have a blessed day.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Please stand in front of the coordinator. Okay, the person on Zoom that has Angel's iPhone, would you take your mic off of mute and please state your name? Angel's iPhone?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, would you please state your full name?
Angel Molina Velasquez.
Okay.
You can sign the joint request for video conference, Your Honor.
Okay. I was looking for Mr. You say your last name is Velasquez?
Molina Velasquez, yes, sir.
Melina Velasquez.
Or it's probably just under Molina.
Okay. Oh, here it is, Angel Molina. You represented by Dustin Galmore?
Yes, sir.
Okay, your attorney has not made an appearance. You can put your mic back on mute, and then when your attorney make an appearance, then we will recall your case.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Okay, Michaela Jackson.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your mic on mute. We'll when we call you, ask you a question, you can take it off of mute. Let me see. Okay. This is cause number 23CCCR 2242. Case is styled the state of Texas versus Michaela Leanne Jackson. Michaela Leanne Jackson is appearing via Zoom. I have before me a document that is titled Joint Request for Plea and or Sentencing by Video Conference under Texas Code of Criminal Procedure Article 27.18. And Ms. Jackson, you take your mic off of mute, Ms. Jackson. How are you doing?
Yes, sir.
Okay, how are you doing, Ms. Jackson?
I'm fine. And yourself?
I'm doing fine. Ms. Jackson, would you please raise your right hand? Ms. Jackson, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ms. Jackson, you may put your hand down. Ms. Jackson, you're represented in this case by your attorney, John Macy, who is present in court. Now, Mr. Macy, how are you doing?
I'm fine, Your Honor.
Mr. Macy, do you waive a record in Ms. Jackson's case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Jackson, I have before me a document that is titled Joint Request for Plea and or Sentencing by Video Conference under the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 27.18. And show you this doc, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
Now, Ms. Jackson, before you signed this document, did your attorney go over this document with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you understand everything that your attorney went over?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in this document true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Jackson, I also have before me on my computer a document that is titled Information Sheet. This information sheet was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information sheet, Ms. Jackson, it alleges that you, Michaela Leanne Jackson, on or about September 25th of 2023, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of failed to identify fugitive with intent to give false information. Ms. Jackson, do you understand what you have been charged with?
Yes, sir.
To this charge, Ms. Jackson, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Jackson, I also have before me a document on this tablet that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. It's also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of this same document, there's a set of initials on a line next to a box that's checked Nola Contingent. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
And on the next document that's titled Trial Court Certification, the Defendant's Right of Appeal, you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes, sir.
At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes, sir.
The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes, sir.
I also have a document that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes, sir.
Now, Ms. Jackson, before you sign all of the documents that I just showed you, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand everything that your attorney went over?
Yes, sir.
Is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Jackson, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
It all states 1.
No objection.
Okay, no objection. State's Exhibit Number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Macy, you advised and counsel Ms. Jackson. Is there any evidence that she is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Jackson, your attorney, Mr. Macy, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Jackson, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
In exchange for defendant's plea, the state's offering 9 days in the Jefferson County Jail, credit for 9 days, and to tax and retire all court costs, and we will be dismissing the companion UCW with forfeiture.
Okay, now, Ms. Jackson, the state is offering that you serve 9 days in Jefferson County Jail, but you will not have to serve any more time in the Jefferson County Jail because you've already served 9 days in Jefferson County Jail. Therefore, you'll be given credit for the time that you have already served. The court costs in this case will be taxed and retired. That simply means that you would not have to pay fine and court costs because this had already been paid by the time that you served in jail. Therefore, the court costs will be taxed and retired. And the state will be dismissing cause number 23 CCCR 2266 for forfeiture of the weapon in that case. And in that case, I have before me a document that is titled Motion to Forfeit. I will show you this document. Ms. Jackson, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes, sir.
Now, Ms. Jackson, before you sign this document, did your attorney, Mr. Macy, go over this document with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you understand everything that Mr. Macy went over?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in this document true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Jackson, I will grant the order to forfeit the weapon in this case to the Port Neches Police Department. Now, Ms. Jackson, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Jackson, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Ms. Jackson, this will conclude your case. Ms. Jackson, since you're outside, you're gonna have to come inside the bailiff is going to bring the document to you so she can get your prints, okay? And
All right.
once you get your prints, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. 666. Ms. Macy, that's your only case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you're free to go and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Judge.
Christopher Henry?
Sorry, I was in drug court this morning.
Okay, that's right.
A little tardy.
Okay. Let's see. The court is in session in 3 cases on the announcement docket. They are Christopher T. Henry, cause numbers 24 CCCR 2682, cause number 24 CCCR 1774, and cause number 24 CCCR 1775. All 3 cases are styled the state of Texas versus Christopher T. Henry or Christopher Taylor Henry. Mr. Henry, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Mr. Henry?
Come on.
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking, Mr. Henry. You're represented in your cases. by your attorney, Attorney Laura Peraza. Attorney Peraza, how are you doing?
Doing well, Your Honor. Thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am. Now, Ms. Peraza, what is your announcement?
I think
Yeah,
we
Mr.
may be
Henry's
able
case.
to dispose of this, if we could just hold this case for just a minute.
Okay,
and
okay.
Let me speak with Mr. Henry.
Okay, that's fine. Curtis Zavala? Mr. Zavala, your full name is Curtis Zavala?
I'm sorry, Jesse, that's.
He's been done speaking? Okay.
Ready, Federico Zavala.
Okay. Now, Mr. Zavala is represented by his attorney, Attorney Charles Rojas, who is fluent in Spanish and English. And Mr. Rojas, how are you doing?
Doing well, Judge, thank you.
Mr. Rojas, what is your announcement in Mr. Zavala's case?
I believe we're on the trial, or pre-trial docket, Judge.
Yeah.
We're still ready for trial.
Okay, so we're gonna keep it on the trial docket?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Give us a reset date. Page 6. This case is reset March 31st, 2025 for trial. Mr. Ross, you get your reset.
Thank you,
Union
Judge.
client, free to go. He has 2 cases.
Yeah.
Okay. So he could get his reset from our court coordinator.
Yes. I also have one on the announcement done.
Jesus Torres,
And he's not here, Judge, I don't believe.
okay. Jesus Torres was scheduled to be in court this morning at 9 a.m. At about 9 a.m., the court's barely called the name of Jesus Torres. At the courthouse door, Jesus Torres did not answer. Jesus Torres has not appeared in court since the court has been in session. The time now is 10:08 a.m. on today's date of February 24th, 2025. Ms. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Jesus Torres at the courthouse door? And Mr. Shane Hilton, how are you doing?
I'm good, Your Honor. Thank you.
No response, Your Honor.
Okay. Jesus Torres' name was just called at the courthouse door. Jesus Torres did not answer. A reasonable time has passed to give Mr. Torres an opportunity to appear in court. He has not appeared in court. State, do you have a motion?
Yes, Your Honor. We move for a bond forfeiture.
That motion will be granted. Jesus Torres' bond will be forfeited. No more should be issued for his arrest. And cause number M332340. And Mr. Rojas, you're free to go and then bless that.
Thank you, Judge.
You said Rodriguez? Would, okay. Hello, Rodriguez? Okay, the court is in session in 2 cases. Clause number 24 CCCR 1716 and clause number 24 CCCR 1717. Both cases are styled in the state of Texas. versus Carlos Rodriguez. Mr. Rodriguez, is that your full name? Mr. Rodriguez, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Rodriguez, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Rodriguez, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Rodriguez?
Good, you, sir.
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking, Mr. Rodriguez. You're representing your case by your attorney, Attorney Noah LeBlanc. Attorney LeBlanc, how are you doing?
Good, Judge, thank you.
That's good.
So,
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. LeBlanc, do you waive a record in Mr. Rodriguez's case?
we do, Judge.
Mr. Rodriguez, in cause number 24-CCCR 1716, I have before me a document that is titled Information. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information, it alleges that you, Carlos Rodriguez, on or about February 22nd of 2024, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, operating a motor vehicle in a public place, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated. Mr. Rodriguez, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Mr. Rodriguez, how do you plead guilty? Not guilty, no contest. Or you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? And then Mr. LeBlanc, you gotta erase that box and check off the box below it. It says DWI first. It's still a Class B.
No, I've been,
Yeah, you can just erase, I think, if that's the right.
I think you did right, Judge.
Okay, okay, now, Mr. Rodriguez, I have before me a document that is titled misdemeanor plea admonishment. This document was also labeled as State's Exhibit number 1. Do you recognize this document? On page 2 of the same document, there's a signature above, well, set of initials on a line next to boxes check no continuing, which means no contest. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
And on the next document that's titled trial court certification of the defendant's right of appeal, do you recognize this document? Is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? At the top of this document, there's one box that's checked. The box that's checked states that this is a plea bargaining case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement? I also have a document on paper that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document? Is this your signature online? It's titled defendant. Mr. Rodriguez, before you signed and initialed these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you understand everything that your attorney went over?
Yes, sir.
Everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Rodriguez, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
Different
States one.
Any objections?
No objection.
No objections. State's Exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. LeBlanc, you've advised and counseled Mr. Rodriguez. Is there any evidence that he's currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Wait, Mr. Rodriguez, your attorney, Mr. LeBlanc, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation? Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation? Okay, Mr. Rodriguez, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
The agreement in this case is to one year deferred probation with a $500 fine, 50 hours community service, and $250 restitution to Blake Bellinger, as well as the installation and maintaining of an airlock device and DWI severe conditions of probation. The companion UCW case will be dismissed for forfeiture to the Fort Rucker Police Department.
Okay,
Your Honor, I think you used the terminology found guilty. He deferred.
yeah, no, I think we defer to find again. He'll get that one.
Okay.
Get that for. Let's see. 25. You said restitution to Blake
Bellinger.
Okay. What is this, court cost? 392. Okay. Mr. Rodriguez. The state is offering that you serve 1 year deferred adjudicated probation. During the 1 year probationary period, you will be required to pay a fine of $500 plus court costs of $392. You'll be required to pay a DWI conviction fine of $100, probation fee of $6 a month, urinalysis fee of $15 a month, reimbursement fee of $15. You'll also be required to install an interlock device. Well, you will also be required to, I need to put this in there, you got restitution. Restitution. Okay. Now, let me repeat that. The state is offering that you serve 1 year deferred adjudicated probation. During the 1 year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $500 plus court costs of $392. You'll be required to pay a DWI conviction fine of $100, a probation fee of $60 a month, urinalysis fee of $15 a month, reimbursement fee of $15, and you will be required to pay restitution in the amount of $250 to Blake Bellinger. You also be required to pay Jefferson County DWI education and initial evaluation fee of $125 on the day. Please, should a further evaluation be needed, you'll be required to pay an additional $50. Now, your total monthly installments, that is the total amount that you will be required to pay each month, is $196 a month. Will you be able to pay the $196 each month?
Yes.
Okay. You will also be required to perform 50 hours of community service, install an interlock device on any vehicle that you own or operate, attend a completed DWI education class, have an alcohol assessment, adhere to the other standard terms and condition of this DWI probation, and the state will be dismissing the companion case, cause number 24 CCCR 1717. And in this case, I have before me a motion to forfeit the weapon in that case, cause number 24 CCCR 1717. And this motion is a motion to forfeit the weapon to the Port Arthur Police Department. Do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line as titled defendant? Before you sign this document, did your attorney go over this document with you? And did you understand everything that your attorney went over? Is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Rodriguez, we're gonna grant this motion to forfeit the weapon, in this case to the Port Arthur Police Department. Now, Mr. Rodriguez, do you understand the state's offer in this case? Do you think that is fair and just? And do you accept it? Okay, Mr. Rodriguez, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement that you entered into with the state. Now, Mr. Rodriguez, if you successfully complete this probationary period, this case will be dismissed. It will not result in a conviction on your record. And you may qualify for non-disclosure. You can talk to your attorney about the non-disclosure because he's quite competent in those matters. Now, Mr. Rodriguez, you're gonna stand next to the bailiff, follow her directions. Once you finish following her directions, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. And Mr. LeBon, nice seeing you again. You have a blessed day as well. You're free to go.
May I approach?
Yeah. Okay. Next case is cause number 24-CCCR 1618. Case is Tyler State of Texas versus Angel Molina. Angel Molina is currently on Zoom. Mr. Molina, you can take your mic off mute. Mr. Molina, how are you doing?
Good, Your Honor, and you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Molina, you are represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Dustin Galmore, who's appearing in person in court. And Mr. Galmore, how are you doing?
Great, Judge, how are you?
I'm doing fine. Mr. Galmore, do you waive a record?
We do.
Okay. Now, Mr. Galmore, what is your announcement in Mr. Molina's case?
Judge, we're applying for pretrial diversion. And so we would ask for another announcement.
Okay. When is the next time? It's April, so it'll be, you know, reset the second week of April. It's usually the first Thursday, and they usually have it the first Thursday, and they usually dismiss it that Friday. Okay, Mr. Molina, this case is going to be reset till April 7th of 2025. Give you opportunity to sign up for pretrial diversion. Your attorney, your bondsman is going to be given notice of your reset. Stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. You're free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. William Kenneth Holmes. Your page 2, first one. Mr. Fox, your full name is William Kenneth Fox.
Yes, Your Honor.
How are you doing, Mr. Fox?
I'm good. Thank you for asking.
You're welcome. Now, Mr. Fox, you represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Dustin Galmore. Attorney Galmore, you'd like to keep this case on the trial docket?
Yes.
Okay. Give us the trial date. Okay, this case reset March 31st. Your attorney is going to get your reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you're free to go and you have a blessed day.
Thank you.
And Mr. Galmore, I think this is your last case?
It is, Judge.
Okay, you're free to go as well and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, too.
Okay. You have a plea? Prevost. Joshua Prevost?
Yes, sir.
Jefferson County Court of Little Materials back in session and cause number 24 CCCR 0330. Case is style of state of Texas versus Joshua Prevost. Mr. Prevost, is that your full name? Mr. Prevost, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Prevost, do you swear firm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Prevost, you may put your hand down. Mr. Prevost, you need to take the gum. Thought you was chewing on something. Now, Mr. Prevost, you're representing your case by your attorney, Ryan Matuska. Attorney Matuska, how are you doing?
Good morning, Your Honor.
And Mr. Matuska, do you waive a record in Mr. Prevost's case?
Yes, Your Honor, we do.
Okay. Mr. Prevost, I have before me a document that is titled information. In this information, which was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office, it alleges that you, Joshua Prevost, on or about January 1st. Yeah, on or about January 1st of 2021, while you were, 2024, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of resisting arrest, search, or transportation. Mr. Prevost, do you understand what you have been charged with? And to this charge, Mr. Prevost, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? Mr. Prevost, I also have before me on my tablet a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. Do you recognize this document? On page 2 of this same document, there's a set of initials, there are a set of initials on the line next to a box that's checked nolo contendere, which means no contest. Did you place your initials on this document? On page 3 of this same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is this your signature? And on the next document that's titled trial court certification, the defendant's right of appeal, do you recognize this document?
Yes.
Is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes.
At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes that's checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement? The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. You understand that statement? I also have a document on paper that is titled Discovery Certification. You recognize this document? Is this your signature on the line, decided defendant? It's pre-vote. Before you signed and initialed all of these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you? And did you read and understand everything in these documents? And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Mr. Prevost, are you a citizen of the United States? State,
We
yeah.
offer safety
like offer
exhibit one,
states
Your Honor.
Any objections?
No objections, Your Honor.
No objection. States exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Matuska, you advised in counsel, Mr. Prevost, is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No evidence, Your Honor.
And Mr. Prevost, your attorney, Mr. Matuska, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
Has he provided competent representation?
Yes.
Mr. Prevost, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that you're pleading waiver was freely and voluntarily given. I also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, we do, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
We'd ask the court for 1 year deferred adjudication with a fine of $500 and 40 hours of community service.
Mr. Matuska, were you appointed in this case?
Yes, sir.
What's the court call? Okay, Mr. Prevost, the state is offering that you serve 1 year deferred adjudicated probation. During the 1 year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $500 plus court costs of $277. You'll be required to pay a probation fee of $6 a month, your analysis fee of $15 a month, reimbursement fee of $15. You'll also be required to reimburse Jefferson County Court appointed attorney's fees of $250. Now, your total monthly installments, that is the total amount that you will be required to pay each month while you're on probation, is $177 a month. Are you able to pay the $177 each month?
Yes, sir.
You'll also be required to perform 40 hours of community service. You'll be required to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of this probation. Mr. Prevost, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes.
Do you accept the state's offer? Mr. Prevost, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Now, Mr. Prevost, this will conclude your case. Now, if you successfully complete the probationary period, this case will be dismissed. It would not result in a conviction on your record, and you may qualify for non-disclosure. You can talk to your attorney, Mr. Matuska, about the non-disclosure because he's quite competent in those matters. Now, Mr. Prevost, please. Please have a seat in that chair, and then when the bailiff is ready for you, she's gonna call you and you could be printed. That first chair on the wall. And Mr. Matuska, you're free to go, and you have a blessed day. You have one more.
Babino.
Joseph Cornell Bobino. Okay. This is cause number 23 CCCR 2436. Case is style the state of Texas versus Joseph Cornell Bobino. Ms. Bobino, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Ms. Bobino?
Blessed to be alive.
Well, that's good. That's a good thing. The fact that you're acknowledging that.
Yes, I am.
Now,
Thank you.
Ms. Babino, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Ryan Matuska. And now, Mr. Matuska, I see here, I'm looking at the docket sheet. It says that it was a final reset to pay restitution.
Yes,
Is
sir.
that
Yeah,
correct?
back in October, we agreed to reset this for $189.99 restitution. We reset that to November, then we reset that to January, then we reset that to today, but that amount has not been paid.
State,
That's correct, Your Honor.
so what is the state's?
At this
is
point,
on
the offer is
pretrial.
pulled.
Okay, and Mr. Matuska, what's your announcement?
Trial.
Hmm?
Trial.
Trial, okay. Give us a trial date. Okay, we're gonna reset this to trial March 31st. Okay, so this case will be reset to March 31st for trial. Ms. Bobino, you're gonna get your reset from our coordinator. Once you get your reset, you're free to go. And Mr. Matuska, is this your last case?
Yes, sir.
Once you get your reset, you're free to go. Go ahead and have a blessed day.
Thank you.
Okay. Raphael, still,
Sorry, there was one more case that I was supposed to help with and I need to go back to the CDC, so I was gonna hope I could just make that announcement real quick.
okay, what case is that? Who was the attorney in that case?
Tamayo, Oregon. So this is
Maya, what's his name?
Tamayo Oregon. This
Okay,
is Chris the Nuna's client.
hold on, let me see. Edward Denuda,
Yes, Edward.
Juan Carlos Tamayo Aragon.
Yes. Judge, I was supposed to help with that situation today, but unfortunately, I have not been able to make contact with Mr. Denuna for his direction. Concerned that maybe there's a medical situation going on. I'm just really not sure, but he tried to reach out and I've tried to reach out and we have been unsuccessful. And so I was gonna hope the court would grant one continuance and allow him to get with Mr. Denuna and have a plan when he comes here.
State, you have any objections?
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay, give us a reset date. At the bottom of page 1 of the trial document. Trial. Okay, this case will be reset to April 7th of 2025. You're gonna get your reset from our coordinator. Once you get your reset, you're free to go. And you have a blessed day.
Thanks, sir.
And Mr. Gamble, you're free to go as well. Raphael Tillman. Mr. Hubel.
He's in the back, Judge.
Okay, you can stand there for me.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Court is in session in 2 cases. Raphael Human on the pretrial conference docket, Raphael Tillman, pretrial conference docket, page 1. They are cause numbers 24CCCR 0548 and cause number 24CCCR 0549. Both cases, again, are styled state of Texas versus Raphael Tillman. Mr. Tillman, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Mr. Tillman?
Fine, sir.
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Tillman, you represented in your cases by your attorney, Tom Burbank. Attorney Burbank, how you doing?
It's Monday, Judge.
Oh, okay, I understand. Now, Mr. Burbank, what is your announcement in Mr. Tillman's case?
This morning, I gave the prosecutor some documentation. It appears that maybe the complaining witness is not forthright. This is a restitution case, and I've given him documentation of.
So you gave it to Mr. Andrew Hubel?
Yes, Your Honor, and I believe that's what he's doing now, is
He's-
working on it.
Working on it?
Well, he's either making a copy or what I've given him and trying to contact. But we are ready if the court.
Ready for what, pre-trial?
I'm ready for trial.
This is,
You know that,
it's on the pre-trial conference
Let's
docket.
do it today. I'll pick the first 6 back out. Even this lady right here with the badge.
Okay. Let's, what I'm gonna do, I'm just holding on that for right now.
That'd be fine.
Until I hear from Mr. Hubel, he's in the well. Okay, we'll hold on it. Y'all can just have a seat.
Trying to get you a trial, good.
Is that it? We have anybody ready? Okay, the court will be in recess. Oh, let me see if we have somebody that's close. No, it's not ready.
We gave Andrew the tablet.
Oh, so he must be in the, he hadn't sent it. Jason Fontenot, Mr. Hill. This is cause numbers M330391 and cause number M328053. Both cases are style of state of Texas versus Jason Scott Fontenot. Mr. Fontenot, is that your full name?
Yes.
How are you doing, Mr. Fontenot? Now, Mr. Fontenot, you're represented in your cases by your attorney, Tom Roebuck.
Yes.
Now, your attorney has filed motion for continuances in this case. In these cases, because of medical situation.
Right, it's you.
Okay. And so state, you're not opposed to these, is that correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay. And so we're going to grant these motions for continuance. You're gonna get your reset from our coordinator. Once you get your reset, you're free to go. And you have a blessed day. Stay in contact with your attorney
Yes.
and your bondsman. Please have a seat in that first channel. Hmm? Bert. This is, you represent by Ryan Kurtz? I have one of them on here, he just was represented, didn't have Kurtz on here.
I'm represented by Gertz on every charge, I guess, or whatever they have in this court.
Okay,
House.
just, okay, just have a seat, we'll wait for him to come back.
Okay.
Did he submit a letter of rep on this guy?
I'll check.
Birch. You guys know, so-
Pending felony, at least one in criminal district, just one, okay. In criminal district court, and he's not on their docket for today, and he's not in the cage back there, so.
Oh. Could y'all look up
So,
He's set for trial June 9th in CDC with Judge Stevens.
Dylan Deshaun Garner?
Dylan Deshaun Garner.
He's in jail, he's in custody,
He's
but
set for trial June 9th in CDC.
What docket is doing?
the announcement document. Page 6 at the bottom.
He wasn't on there because he didn't have the same office.
They do not, but I don't think.
Yeah,
he
but
was
they
brought
didn't bring him
there.
over.
Well, he may be next door.
They say he
He
didn't
wasn't
have that
set
next
today.
door.
yeah, he's
Oh.
not on, the CDC
As
docket.
they say, he's not on that until June.
He's on ours.
Okay, just reset him. No. That far back.
Just rename it.
Standard reset.
Let's see what they're doing. They see that the felony has a different date, they're not running. Well, no, the SAR's done the docket, so he's probably over there. No, he doesn't have anything over there. He's not in our custody.
You sure?
I went back there and,
Well, he might be on that, well, she said they may have him on the other side for some reason.
Did
I
you-
don't know, we'll just hold on
I
a
put
minute.
me on it. Go physically. And we should be able to resolve this case next time it appears, so.
Okay.
Yeah,
He's reaching out to me.
as long as he's brought over.
You say you'll be able to reset it, he'll be able to, the next time he brought it, we can bring him over on a, what about Thursday jail run?
So Judge, I'm number 1 in 252nd on a murder trial today.
Oh,
Number
okay.
2 in criminal district court, so I fear that if we
Okay,
did.
well, we
set him up
can't do it this
Thursday-
week. What
Yeah.
about next week?
Next week shouldn't be a problem,
Set him for next Thursday.
Okay.
shouldn't.
Check the calendar.
Yeah, we don't know how well that works out. Oh shoot, I'm supposed to be in Jasper that morning
Oh,
in
okay.
district court,
Just give
so,
him a 30-day recess standard.
sorry, Judge.
March 27th. Okay. And we'll reset it March 27th. You get your reset, and once you get your reset, you're free to go, you have a blessed day. Like this is your only one, right?
Yes, Your Honor, and here it is. Thank
Okay.
you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I think so.
Raphael Tillman. Okay. And, okay, now, Mr. Tillman, represented by Mr. Burbank. Mr. Burbank, what's your announcement? You talk to the prosecutor on this case?
He's going to, we're ready, Judge. He's going to talk to, the complainant. I guess she's coming in. I don't know. If we can resolve it, we will.
Yeah, we're still discussing issues with restitution at this point, Your Honor. So a bit more time on this case.
How much time do you need?
I'm meeting with the complainant witness on this case next week, Your Honor. I think a regular reset will be sufficient.
Whose phone is that? Is that somebody's briefcase?
He's
Oh.
sitting here.
Okay, what's your, so we need a standard reset?
Whatever
Let
the
me see,
state
Your
would
Honor.
like, Judge.
Okay. Give us a standard reset. So they're trying to work out restitution. Okay, this case be reset to March 31st, 2025. Mr. Tillman, you're gonna get your reset from our court coordinator. Once you get your reset, you're free to go. You have a blessed day.
I'd be excused, Your Honor.
Well, I think you have another one, Keelan Randolph.
He's over in drug court. Checked in, but he's over in drug court. I've got to go over there, Judge, and I'll send him back.
Okay.
That's what I was just looking at. That's what I was just looking at. He's still set here today. I was trying to see if he was reset. He's on the.
I mean, fine, it's here.
Oh. Maybe Manal then.
She's in CDC, Judge. She said she'll be here.
Okay.
There's only one, let me.
I don't know who he is.
Then-
He's like, where you from?
That's, we're wrong. When? Okay, Ms. Nguyen. You, who wrong when? Okay, have you talked to your attorney today? Okay, you can have a seat. Oh, they had 3 cases.
Well, they dismissed one.
Okay. Christopher Taylor Henry. Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is in session in 3 cases. Cause numbers 24 CCCR 2682. Cause number 24 CCCR 1774 and cause number 24 CCCR 1775. All 3 cases are filed in the state of Texas versus Christopher T. Henry or Christopher Taylor Henry. Is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Henry, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Henry, do you swear, affirm, and tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Henry, you may put your hand down. Again, Mr. Henry, how are you doing?
Good, all right.
I'm fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Henry, again, you're represented in your cases by your attorney, Attorney Raza. Ms. Raza, do you waive a record in Mr. Henry's cases?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Henry, in cause number 24 CCCR 1774, I have before me a document that is titled Information. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information, Mr. Henry, it alleges that you, Christopher Taylor Henry, on or about June 6th of 2024, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed a Class A misdemeanor offense of evading arrest detention. Mr. Henry, do you understand what you have been charged with? To this charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? Mr. Henry, I also have a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. You recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of the same document, there are a set of initials, CH, on the line next to a box that's checked no contendere, which means no contest.
Yes,
Did you place your initials on this document?
yes, sir.
On page 3 of this same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
On the next document that's titled trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. First box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes.
Second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes, sir.
We have the discovery certification.
Yes, Your Honor.
I also have before me a document on paper that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Is this your signature on the line as titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Henry, before you signed and initialed all of these documents that I just showed you, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand everything that your attorney went over?
Yes, sir.
Is everything in these documents true and correct
Yes, sir.
to the best of your knowledge? Mr. Henry, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
Jeffrey State's one.
Any
No
objections? No objections? State's exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Ms. Peraza, you advised and counsel Mr. Henry. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Henry, your attorney, Ms. Peraza, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes, sir.
Has she provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Henry, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
The agreement in this case is to 180 days probate over 15 months with a $500 fine, 60 hours community service. And the companion UCW case, this is running concurrent with the Beth case. The companion UCW case will be dismissed for forfeiture and left into the Belmont Police Department.
Okay, you mean the companion dischargeable firearm?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay,
My apologies.
that's all right. Mr. Peraza, are you appointed in these cases?
Yes, sir.
What's the line in this case? 7-4. $350. Okay. Mr. Henry, the state is offering that you serve 180 days in Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not be required to serve 180 days in Jefferson County Jail because you'll be placed on probation for a period of 15 months. During the 15-month probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $500 for support costs of $277. You'll also be required to pay a probation fee of $60 a month, your analysis fee of $15 a month, reimbursement fee of $15. You'll also be required to reimburse Jefferson County Court appointed attorney's fees of $350. Your total monthly installments, that is the total amount that you will be required to pay each month, is $162 a month. Will you be able to pay the $162 each month? You want? Okay. Yeah, I see his, affidavit engines. Okay, Mr. Henry. Man, this, something wrong with the copy? Like, all of this is. It can't be printed out, another print?
I'm printing it on this one.
Oh, okay.
That's just happening.
Okay. Mr. Henry, I have before me a document that is titled Jefferson County Affidavit of Indigence. I'm gonna hand this document to your attorney. She's gonna hand this document to you. Could you please review that document? Okay, now, Mr. Henry. Do you recognize that document? You recognize that document?
Yes, sir.
Is everything on this document true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Now, Mr. Henry, the court is going to find that you are still indigent. Based on the finding of indigency, the let's see, the fine of $500 plus court costs of $277, which comes to a total of $777 will be converted to 62 hours of community service. And the attorney's fees of $350 in this case will be waived pursuant to Article 26.05 Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, Article G-11. The restitution fee of $15 will be waived pursuant to Article 102.018 Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. The probation fee in this case is $60 a month will be reduced to the statutory minimum of $25 a month. You will be required to pay your analysis fee of $15 a month. So your total monthly installments, that is the total amount that you will be required to pay each month while you are on probation is $43 a month. Will you be able to pay the $43 each month?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, you also be required to perform 60 hours of community service. That's in addition to the 62 that was converted from fine and court costs, which brings a total of 122 hours of community service. Do you understand that?
Yes.
The state, this case will be running concurrent with the companion case, clause number 24 CCCR 1775. And the state will be dismissing clause number 24 CCCR 2682 for forfeiture of that weapon to the Beaumont Police Department. And I have a copy of the motion to forfeit the weapon to the Beaumont Police Department. Do you recognize this motion?
Yes.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Henry, before you sign this document, did your attorney go over this document with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you understand everything that your attorney went over?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in this document true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Mr. Henry, I'll grant the motion to forfeit the weapon to the Beaumont Police Department. Mr. Henry, do you understand the state's offer? Do you think that the state's offer in this case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Henry, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement that you have made in this case. Mr. Henry, we'll move to your next case.
And Your Honor, I inadvertently put Class A instead of a Class B for the range of punishment on the next one that you're getting ready to
Oh.
do. Just, we need to make that correction.
Oh, you got it.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, Mr. Henry. I have before me a document on my computer that is titled Information. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information, Mr. Henry, and cause number 24 CCCR 1775. This information alleges that you, Christopher Taylor Henry, on or about June 6th of 2024, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of theft. Mr. Henry, do you understand what you have been charged with?
Yes, sir.
To this charge, how do you plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest?
Are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
Still came out as a B, as an A.
Okay. That's
I
interesting.
mean, yeah, I think I may have.
Okay, that's weird.
May have had the wrong document open.
Okay.
I'm gonna go, before you send that other one back to me. The one we just did, the first one, 7-4. Yeah, I think I gave you the one. Okay. Thought I had 7-5 open, but it was 7.
Okay.
Okay. Now, Mr. Henry, I have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. Do you recognize this document? On page, now this document has Class B misdemeanor checked, because this is a Class B misdemeanor. Range of punishment is minimum, well, term in Jefferson County Jail that does not exceed 180 days. A fine that does not exceed $2,000, or you could be given both such fine and confinement. Do you understand the range of punishment?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of the same document, there's a set of initials CH on a line next to the box that's checked, no contingent. You place your initials on this document.
Yes, sir.
On page 3 of this same document, there's a signature above the line that's titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
And on the next document, this titled charcoal certification, the defendant's right of appeal. You recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes.
Second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. You understand that statement? I also have a document that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
Is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Henry, before you sign and issue these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
Everything in these documents true and correct
Yes, sir.
to the best of your knowledge? State,
Yeah, for stage one.
no objection. No objection. State's exhibit number 1 will be admitted. And Ms. Barraza, you're advising counsel, Mr. Henry, is there any evidence that he's currently mentally incompetent in this case?
No, Your Honor.
And Mr. Henry, your attorney, Ms. Barraza, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes, sir.
Has she provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Henry, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement in this case?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
As with the previous case, the offer in this case is 180 days probated with 15 months with a $500 fine and 60 hours community service. It's to run concurrent with the previous case, and the firearm charge will be dismissed for forfeiture to Beaumont Police Department.
Like they said.
What's the court cost?
Yeah. The hard words for marriage is here, promotional, you gotta be. There. Happy for the healthy work. For the whole. It's funny, because it's supposed to be the winter, it's like, for different outside. Head back, you get. I don't know where it's. It goes in. It's pretty short, but switch out. Focus and energy. About 2 weeks. See, I got this ambition to lose fight.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, Mr. Henry, the state is offering that you serve 180 days Jefferson County Jail. However, you're not required to serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail because you're placed on probation for a period of 15 months. During the 15-month probationary period, now they're offering that you pay a fine of $500 plus court costs of $277. But the court has previously found that you're indigent, and based on the finding of indigency, the $777 of fine and court costs will be converted to 62 hours of community service. The $75 per attorney's fees will be waived pursuant to Article 26.05 G-11 of Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. And the reimbursement fee of $15 will be waived pursuant to Article 102.018 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. Now, your probation fee in this case, you will not have to pay it because you're paying it in the other case. And the urinalysis fee, you will not have to pay because you're paying that in other case. Okay, so you would be paying $43, but technically, probably in this case, you won't be paying anything. You understand that? Now, you'll also be required to perform 60 hours of community service in addition to the 62 hours that was converted from fine and court costs, which comes to a total of 122 hours of community service. Do you understand that? This case will run concurrent with the previous case, clause number 24 CCCR 1774, and the state will be dismissing clause number 24 CCCR 2682 for forfeiture of the weapon in that case that you previously signed. Okay, now, do you understand the state's offer and the adjustment that the courts have made in your case?
Yes.
Do you think that is fair and just?
Yes.
And do you accept it?
Yes.
Okay, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into with the state. Now, you're gonna have to take a seat in that first chair because she has to make the adjustment on the paperwork. Now, once she makes adjustment on the paperwork, you're saying next to the bailiff, follow her directions. Once you finish following her directions, you'll be free to go. And Ms. Carrazzo, these are your last 3 cases. Yeah. You'll be free to go as well. I don't have a dismissal. Yeah. And Ms. Barrazo. I'm going back to that. The previous case that I had you can go back and saying that was the one with the class, should be class S. You had it correct the first time, I just gave you the wrong.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, you're welcome. We'll see you later. You have a blessed day. Good morning. Yes.
Thank you, sir. I'm Charles Medlin. My son and I represent a lady named Veron Wynn, and she's present.
Ms. Wynn, would you come forward?
And I apologize for being late. My son he was handling this part of our docket, and when he called me this morning, he had the flu. And so you got the throwdown lawyer.
So you, Charles Medlin?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
And my son is West,
okay,
or West.
okay.
And
Nice to
I
meet
have the
you.
pleasure of living long enough to practice law with my son.
Well, that's a
is-
blessing.
It is. I'm very grateful.
I have a daughter who practiced law as well.
Well, maybe someday you'll be able to practice with her. No,
Started off with it.
it's a good experience.
That's it.
We haven't gotten the discovery on it. I was talking to the prosecutor. We're making arrangements to get that discovery, and that'll be dispositive of what we're going to do.
Your Honor.
Okay, so you need a reset on the case?
With the court's permission.
Okay. Give us a reset date on, this is on when, on the announcement docket, page 3. Who wrong when? And how are you doing, Ms. Wynn?
Right. You have your stuff.
I should be on my.
What is that date? Oh, is that a good day for you?
I'm sorry, sir.
March 31st?
Yeah. Yes, sir, that's fine. I have a wedding. I had not a wedding anniversary, but the day I met my wife was March 22nd. And then, so
Okay,
I have to just remember because I have an obligation that.
I understand. March 31st of 2025. Ms. Wynn, you're gonna get your reset from our coordinator on the end. Once you get your reset, you're free to go. You have a blessed day. And Attorney Medley.
Judge, again, I apologize for running late for your court and to you. too.
Understand.
We're not usually late.
Okay,
No, we're not.
okay.
Thank
You
you.
can get your reset. Once you get your reset, you're free to go.
Thank
And
you.
you have a safe trip.
You too.
All right, you have a blessed day.
Wait.
Felicia Freddie?
She's present, Judge.
Okay. What is the session of cause number 24 CCCR 1567 and cause number 23 CCCR 0761? Both cases are style of state of Texas versus Felicia Rochelle Freddie or Felicia R. Freddie. Miss Freddie, is that your full name? How are you doing, Miss Freddie? I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Miss Freddie, you're represented in your cases by your attorney, Attorney Ryan Gertz. Attorney Gertz, how are you doing?
Great, Judge, thank you.
And Mr. Gertz, what is your announcement of Miss Freddie's cases?
Judge, this is our first appearance on this. We reset her felony this morning. But I would assume it would just be a standard reset, and Judge Westwood's will probably 30 days. So we'd ask this court for that same,
Okay,
that
could
same date,
you,
please.
see if, there's a reset in the computer? On the announcement docket, page 2,
It's been reset to March 31st.
March 31st? Okay. So these cases will be reset with your felony case, March 31st of 2025. Our court coordinator is going to give you your resets. Once you get your resets, you'll be free to go. Now, Ms. Freddie, you do the same thing that you did on that day that you did today. That is, come here, check in, go to the felony court. Once you finish the felony, come back here.
Yes, sir.
All right,
Thank
get your reset. Once you get your reset from our court coordinator, you're free to go and you have a blessed day. Okay. Okay, let me get Mr. Gertz. He has one? What is it? C.
We've got a plea on Cody C. Judge.
C.
Okay, and then I've got a few other.
Okay, now, Cigar Patel,
He's present, Judge.
Cigar Ajaskumar Patel. How are you doing, Mr. Patel? That's good. I'm doing fine. Now, Mr. Patel, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Frank Gertz. Attorney Gertz, what's your announcement in Mr. Patel's case?
Judge, I think our plan is to keep it on the trial docket here. I've got a vacation letter in for the remainder of this week.
Okay,
And,
okay,
and so all of my trial cases, I'm gonna be making the
Right.
same announcement that,
right.
but for now, we'd like to keep it on the trial docket.
Okay. Give us a reset date. Okay, this case will be reset to April 7th, 2025. Once you get your reset, you could, I guess, have a seat in the jury box.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Michael Hall. Mr. Hall, how are you doing?
All right, about to.
I'm doing fine. Now, Mr. Hall, you're represented by your attorney, Attorney Ryan Gertz. And Attorney Gertz has a vacation letter in this week, so this case will be reset. Give us a reset date. April 7th. This case will be reset to April 7th, 2025. You're gonna get your reset from our coordinator. Once you get your reset, you're free to go. Have a seat in the second chair on the wall. Daniel, Daniel Wallace, Daniel Paul Wallace? Okay, because that's why he had 2 cases. I was looking in the back here, on his second case, it says that, did we check to see if he had a letter of representation for Mr. Gertz on the second one? Okay, this cause numbers 23 CCCR 2415 and cause number M333321. Both cases are styled in the state of Texas versus Daniel Paul Wallace. Mr. Wallace, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, and yourself?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Wallace, you represented by your attorney, Attorney Ryan Gertz. And he's gonna check. Because there's a note here says that you was to submit a letter of rep on the second case. Actually, it's an older case.
That it is.
Okay. Now, Mr. Gertz, what's your announcement in Mr. Wallace's case?
Judge, I think for now, they're probably both, I thought they were on the trial docket, but if they're not, then.
One of them is not,
Okay,
because
yeah.
it was it says not on trial docket with other case, Gertz to submit rep letter.
Okay.
That's all it says.
Okay, well, regardless, we asked that both of them be put on the trial docket, I guess, Judge, is my answer.
Okay, give us a reset date.
Thank you.
April 7th, 2025. Both of these cases be April 7th, 2025. You probably can check with your office about that letter of rep.
I'm doing it right now.
Okay. Okay. You're gonna get your case reset. Our court coordinator is gonna give you a reset. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Hey, you too. Thank you.
All right, just have a seat and wait for your name to be called. Hers is ready. Yeah, I see it. Hold on a minute. Let's see. Oh, this is the dismissal of Henry. Did they take Patel? She wants to know if they took Patel. That's the gentleman you had in the holding.
She's, getting on, yeah.
Bryant Wayne Robinson. Okay. This is cause number 24 CCCR 0212, case of style of state of Texas versus Bryant Wayne Robinson Jr. Mr. Robinson, is that your full name? Yes, sir. Mr. Robinson, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Robinson, do you swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Mr. Robinson, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Robinson? I'm doing fine. How are you doing? I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Robinson, you're represented in the case by your attorney Reagan Monaldic. Attorney Minaldi, how are you doing?
I'm good, Judge. How are you?
I'm doing fine, Mr. Minaldi. Will you waive a record in Mr. Robinson's case?
Yes.
Mr. Robinson, I have before me a document that is titled information. In this information, it alleges that you, Bryant Wayne Robinson Jr., on or about December 8th of 2023, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of possession of dangerous drugs. Mr. Robinson, do you understand what you've been charged with? To this charge, Mr. Robinson, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? Mr. Robinson, I also have before me a document on my tablet that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. Do you recognize this document? On page 2 of this same document, there are a set of initials, BR on a line next to boxes checked on the contingent rate, which means no contest. Did you place your initials on this document? On page 3 of this same document, there's a signature above the line that's titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
And on the next document, that's titled trial court certification or defendant's right of appeal. You recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes, sir.
Second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes.
I also have a document that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? Mr. Robinson, before you signed and initialed these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand everything that your attorney went over?
Yes, sir.
Is everything in these documents true and correct
Yes, sir.
to the best of your knowledge? Mr. Robinson, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
State Upper States one.
Any objection? No objections? State's Exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Ms. Minaldi, you advised and counseled Mr. Robinson. Is there any evidence that he's currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Judge.
And Mr. Robinson, your attorney, Ms. Minaldi, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes, sir.
Has she provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Robinson, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
What is the agreement?
In exchange for defendant's plea, the state's offering 4 days in the Jefferson County Jail, credit for 4, and to tax and retire full cost.
Mr. Robinson, state is offering that you serve 4 days in Jefferson County Jail, but you will not have to serve any more time in the Jefferson County Jail on this case because you've already served 4 days in the Jefferson County Jail. Therefore, you'll be given credit for the time that you've already served. The court costs in this case will be taxed and retired because the time that you have spent in jail has already paid off the court costs. Therefore, the court costs will be taxed and retired. Mr. Robinson, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Robinson, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Robinson, you're gonna stand next to the bailiff and follow her directions. Once you finish following her directions, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
Yes, sir. Yeah, get back to it.
Okay, you have, yes. Oh. You said a murder? I don't have that.
Ezra Murray.
Oh. No, she didn't, I thought it was a.
No, it's not.
No, I do not have any more.
She said some
Pre-trial.
pre-trial. I don't see it on pre-trial. Must be on another docket. Murray is
No, I'm definitely not. I misspoke. And it is on the Mountain Home.
okay. Ezra Lynn Murray. Okay, this is cause numbers 23CCCR 2260, cause number 23CCCR 2312. Both cases are style of state of Texas versus Ezra Lynn Murray III. Mr. Murray, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Okay, how are you doing, Mr. Murray? That's good. Now, Mr. Murray, you represented in your cases by your attorney, Attorney Ray Minaldi. Attorney Minaldi, what's your announcements in Mr. Murray's cases?
I believe we are requesting a reset, Judge. The prosecution still has not been able to contact the complaining witnesses in the case. And they are requesting more time for their investigators to do so. That's correct, Your Honor. Just a standard reset should be fine.
Give us a reset date. Okay, Mr. Murray, your case is gonna be reset to March 31st, 2025. You're gonna get your reset from our court coordinator. Once you get your reset, you're free to go. And you have a blessed day. And Ms. Minaldi, is
This is
the
it.
last two cases? Okay. You're free to go as well.
Thank you.
And you have a blessed day.
You as well.
Cody C.
We're ready, Judge. See that? What did I forget? I don't see what you're doing.
Court is in session at cause number M333626, case of style of the state of Texas versus Cody Charles C. Mr. C, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Mr. C, would you please raise your right hand? C, do you swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
C, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. C?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. C, you represented in your case by your attorney Ryan Gertz. Attorney Gertz, how are you doing?
Great, Judge.
And Mr. Gertz, do you waive a record in Mr. C's case?
Do, Judge.
Mr. C, I have before me on my computer a document that is titled information. This information is filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information, it alleges that you, Cody Charles C., on or about September 17th of 2022, while you in Jefferson County, Texas, operating a motor vehicle in a public place, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated. Mr. C, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, Your Honor.
And to this charge, how you plead guilty and not guilty, no contest?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, Your Honor.
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes, sir.
Mr. C, I also have before me a document that is titled misdemeanor plea admonishments. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, this document is also labeled as State's Exhibit number 1. On page 2 of the same document, a set of initials, CS, on the line next to a box says check guilty. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, Your Honor.
And on the third page of the same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, Your Honor.
And on the next document, that's titled trial court certification of the defendant's right of appeal. You recognize this document?
Yes,
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
yes, Your Honor.
At the top of this document, there are two boxes checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement?
I do.
The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes, sir.
I also have a document on paper that is titled discovery certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
It is.
Mr. C, before you sign and initial these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
He did.
Did you understand everything that your attorney went over?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is everything in these documents true and correct
Yes,
to the
Your Honor.
best of your knowledge? Mr. C, are you a citizen of the United States?
I am.
Zero for stage one.
Any objections?
We have no objection, Judge.
No objections. States exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Gertz, you've advised and counseled Mr. C. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Judge.
And Mr. C, your attorney, Mr. Gertz, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
I am.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
I am.
Mr. C, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. I'll also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
The agreement in this case is to 15 months deferred probation with a $500 fine, 60 hours community service, the installation and maintaining of an interlock device, and DWI standard conditions of probation.
This is court costs. Okay. Mr. C, the state is offering that you serve 15 months deferred adjudicated probation. During the 15-month probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $500 for court costs of $392. You'll be required to pay a probation fee of $60 a month, a year analysis fee of $15 a month, reimbursement fee of $15. You'll also be required to pay a DWI conviction fine of $100. You'll also be required to pay Jefferson County DWI education and initial evaluation fee of $125 on the day of the plea. Should a further evaluation be needed, you'll be required to pay an additional $50. Now, your total monthly installments, that is the total amount that you will be required to pay each month while you're on probation, is $152 a month. Will you be able to pay the $152 each month?
Yes, Your Honor.
You will also be required to perform 60 hours of community service, install an interlock device on any vehicle that you want to operate, attend a completed DWI education class, have an alcohol assessment, and adhere to the other standard terms and condition of this DWI probation. Mr. C, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
I do.
Do you accept the state's offer?
I do.
Mr. C, I'll follow the people are in agreement that you have entered into with the state. Now, Mr. C, if you successfully complete this probationary period, this case will be dismissed. It will not result in a conviction on your record, and you may qualify for non-disclosure. You can talk to your attorney about the non-disclosure because he's quite competent in this matter. Now, Mr. C, please stand next to the bailiff, follow her directions. Once you finish following her directions, you're free to go and you have a blessed day.
He is the same.
Thank you. Okay. Brianna Bailey? Or Kiana LaShawn Bailey?
She's present already.
Miss Bailey, how are you doing?
I'm all right, how are you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. And Miss Bailey, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Ryan Kimmer. Attorney Kimmer, how are you doing?
Well, thank you.
And Mr. Kimmer, you like to keep this case on the trial docket?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
And we are ready to do.
Okay, Miss Bailey, your case is gonna be reset. Once you get your reset, you're free to go. It's gonna be reset for our trial. Get your reset, you're free to go in your desk. Please stand next to, in front of the court coordinator. You can get your person in your book. Trevon Conley. Hmm?
That's not one.
Oh, that's not?
I'm pretty sure it was.
It says Trevon Durrell Conley.
Maybe you know, one of the reason I said that is because it's not on my computer. It wasn't on my computer document
Okay,
that I checked last night.
okay. Well, I don't know what happened, but
I'm
we
just
like
sure
to-
why some are and some aren't.
Oh, I don't know.
All right, that's fine. I apologize.
I'm doing fine. So you like to keep this on your on the trial docket?
Yes.
Okay. Just have a seat in that first chair and wait for your name to be called. Perry Lee Harrison.
Harrison.
Full name is Perry Lee Harrison.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Harrison? I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Harrison, you represented by Mr. Kimber. Mr. Kimber, you like to keep this here on the trial docket?
Yes, sir. We're ready.
Okay. Give us
April 7 on all of them.
April 7th. 2025. 2025. Okay. Have a seat in that second chair. Didn't we reset slots? So,
He's here today.
okay, I thought it was reset.
I'd like to get a longer reset on him since he's coming from out of state.
Okay.
Tennessee.
Okay. Would you come on, Mr.
What's he got?
Bazagov? Yeah, give us how you doing, Mrs. Bazagov?
Close enough.
Okay, now let's give him a longer reset.
I'll give you-
Yeah, maybe about 3 months. 60 days, 60 to 90 days. Is that fine with you? Okay, give him a 60 to 90 day reset.
You cut reach.
Yeah,
Cut reach.
this is a relatively new case.
Longer, bleed, longer reset. Those are bullshit venue.
Yeah, for sure. May 5th, to May 12th.
Well,
12th.
9, like 12. May 12.
Okay, you can get your reset. Tell me, once you get it reset, you'll be free to go. That's on that. Let's see. Mr.
Emerson got dismissed. She took TDC time.
Oh, yeah, I have it right here. Latasha Deanne Emerson.
In custody. Already sent her back.
Okay. Go ahead on in. In this case, is I'm signing the dismissal. Right, no? Is that correct, State?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. I'm sorry, let's see.
Folsom's the other one, announcement.
Okay.
This felony got reset today, so this case.
It was reset.
He's present. Folsom.
Brett Lawrence Folsom.
Yeah. I get that off of my computer.
Mr. Folsom, your full name is Brett Lawrence Folsom?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Folsom?
Pretty good, sir.
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. And, Mr. Kimberly, you'd like to put this on the trial docket?
Yeah, just, well, we can.
Keep on with the felonies?
Set it concurrently with us.
Do we know when his felonies is reset?
I don't think citizens reset them yet. We were just over there a minute ago. She's going to reset it. Or we're not.
Okay. Okay, you can get your, well, his reset is not in there.
Renata will do it this afternoon.
We will reset these cases with your felony case.
Yes, sir.
Stay in contact with your attorney, your boss.
Yes,
You're
sir.
free to go.
Thank
And
you.
you're blessed. Day.
Same thing.
And Mr. Kimmel, I think that was the last case. You're
Yes,
free to
that's
go.
it. Thank you.
You're blessed. Right. She was calling,
Oh.
Trina.
Did it tell us this?
Now, Mr. Randolph, your attorney, Mr. Burbank was here earlier. You were in felony court.
Yeah.
Did they reset your case in felony court? Do you know what date it's been reset to? They didn't give you a reset.
They gave me the receipt.
They gave you a reset, but they didn't give you a paper.
No, sir.
Okay. His name is Keelan Randolph.
Good.
They didn't give it to him. They haven't given him one. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna reset your cases with your felony case. Once they put it in the computer, our court coordinator is gonna send notice of the recess to your attorney and your bondsman. So you're free to go stay in contact with your attorney and bondsman. On that day, you're gonna do like you did today. Come to this court and check in. I'll take care of your felony, then come back here. All right, you're free to go and you have a blessed day. Thank you.
Do we have any bond forfeitures, Patch?
Anymore, we did two earlier. let's see,
Both was the same thing, no court date, right?
right,
I'm just going to see this, yes, sir.
yes. Reset. Let's see. Let's see, I've seen it, no more bound for features. Let's see. That was, Brooks. For features. So this will conclude the calling of course dockets, course trial docket, police trial conference docket, and the announcement docket, all three dockets on today's date, February 24th, 2025, in County Court at Law Number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas. Judge Terrence L. Holmes presiding. Everyone, please have a blessed day. Prosecutors, you are excused.
Thank you, Judge.